This is a First and 10 Monday on Coaching Football with Brian Clee.
This First and 10 Monday is inspired by Jared Swafford, who posted in Coach Kenny Simpson's gun wing T group, a 100 formation or wing right, wing T against a 4-3 defense that's definitely over-cheated, in my opinion, to the wing side. So how I would go about attacking things, I'm not a wing T coach or anything, but I've coached against it. I've seen it some and understand what it's trying to do. Some plays that I like out of it, just attacking this weak side area, that free safety there. It might be cover two, it might be man, but that is the place to attack, in my opinion. They've got the defense is a little bit over-cheated. They don't have an overhang player on that split end side, and that's what I'd look to attack. So first off, belly, whether you're cross-blocking it or basing it, with the way the defense is lined up, I'm guessing they're going to play games with those twos a little bit, but most likely, especially since they got a safety walk down according to coach, most likely that two technique, they're going to be slanting probably to that tight end side to get into an overfront. They certainly could move the other way and have everyone angling away from that tight end, but that's what I'm anticipating. You can cross block it there, and that's what a lot of wing T guys would like to do. If that 5 technique, this is something I would study on film then, is that 5 technique good at spilling the ball? If he's good at spilling the ball, I don't like the cross block as much, and I'd rather base block it. So I'm going to show the base block version of it. Again, these guys can cross block. If you're a wing T guru, go ahead, let me know how I'm doing things super wrong. But go ahead, base that up, have the halfback lead through. Everyone else is working their scoops, getting up to the next level. Fullback, his lateral step or whatever he does, quarterback reverses out, fullback falls behind and handing it off to him. I'd have a push crack going on there, and I'd be setting up the entire time. I'd be setting up belly sweep, no motion, okay? No motion with that back coming there. Quarterback boot away. And I'm running belly to establish an inside game, try to get everybody sucked inside, especially either that corner or that free is going to be the force defender late, probably. And I want them stepping inside and playing that. Off of that, belly sweep. There's a team out in Washington. I'll try and find the YouTube clips of it. But they run belly sweep, and I think it's a really fun play. If you are running a wing right formation or wing left formation, 900 formation, and you're not running belly sweep, I think it's a dynamite play. So, and it's blocked up a lot like Waggle, which we'll talk about here shortly, with split end side attack. So down block, that's why you maybe want to keep cross blocking the belly, because you're giving the linebackers the same look there. Down block there. Guard's going to log. Center blocks back. Guard's pulling for the alley. Tackle scooping up to the next level. Tight end scooping up to the next level. And now, I don't know exactly where wing T teams have that halfback go through, but I'd have him aiming to seal off that 30 technique. I'd push crack again, because I'm gonna make that corner make a decision, and really I should be talking about. We can run some play action off that. I'll talk about that at the end. But I want to make that corner make a decision. Is he the force player? Is he playing some sort of man on that split end? If he's playing some sort of man, we're going to get a 2-for-1 out there with the crack. Guard, you take over what's left. If that corner falls off because he's cover 2, he's playing force. That would be the guard's job. If that corner goes with him, I mean, we might meet him at about 10 or 15 yards downfield with a guard on him instead. Quarterback, same thing, open up, reverse pivot, fullback, and now bend it back. Keep those linebackers in the box with your fake. And I do not know the mechanics of this. I think Nate Albaugh talked to Joe Daniels on one of Joe Daniels' football podcasts about the mechanics for the quarterback. Ultimately, he's kind of really patient off the fake. No motion. Get the ball pretty deep. Follow it all around. Really effective play once you get either the free stepping down inside, the 30 stepping down inside, maybe that 5 technique. You were running cross block and you missed the kick out. You can't get the kick out because the kid's spilling it real hard. Oh, now that's just made it a really easy log block, and ultimately your guards are doing the same thing they would do on waggle. The play action off of that I would have, all right, if that free is really coming downhill and he's becoming too hard to crack, and that corner's also playing the run. So that corner is really the force defender, but the free stepping up and overplaying it, I'd simply have the split end here, run a crack flag or crack corner, post corner type deal, and then the halfback leak out and simple belly pass, I believe wing T guys call it. That's the routes that I would end up running off of it. Waggle is a wing T staple, and again, if you're running waggle, you're already pretty much doing the blocking for belly sweep. So we got our block backs here, we got our log, we got our Ellie, and again, I'm kind of setting up waggle, at least for the corner and the free on this side. I'm setting that up by running belly sweep with the crack there. Now the backfield action, totally opposite for anyone who's not wing T familiar. I'm sure a lot of us are. Fullback is on his trap path. Halfback is on his sweep path. Quarterback get his depth, be coming downhill. I'm not sure what those tackles do on the back side of this. Sealing off that 6 technique, I'm assuming. Fullback should be leaking out into the flats. And now, wing T teams, I think they switch up who does what between the tight end and the wing. The standard way of doing it is the tight end is on the drag, and then the wing is on a post. In my experience, the thing that ends up being open, all right, this free, if they're playing some sort of cover 2 here, really the corner, if he's coached up really well, he'll sink first, and he's not coming down until to the flats until the ball's actually thrown. And the free is going to be on top and inside of that post corner. Teams don't have a great way of getting that drag covered, in my experience. A lot of high school teams really struggle with that drag route. Ultimately, that 30 technique. Well, if he's seeing that picture on belly sweep, he's seeing that picture on a belly cross block there up top. That picture is the same for him. He's got to distinguish, is that actually run or is that actually pass? So that 30 technique's really the only guy who can cover that drag route effectively. If the corner just plays off and sits on it, oh, you got the easy dump to the flats there with the fullback. So you're getting those 3 levels, that kind of triangle concept with waggle, and I really like the possibility of hitting that drag. So that's one of those things personnel-wise. If your wing is the guy you really want to get the ball, have these 2 guys switch their routes. I'd simply call it waggle switch, where the tight end's the post and the wing's the drag. Because that drag, in my opinion, is the thing that's going to end up being open and covered. Also, with the way the defense is lined up, it really looks like this down safety here that coach had drawn up. It looks like he's lined up on the tight end and probably responsible for that tight end. If that tight end blocks, he can become part of the run fit. If that tight end runs a route, he's probably matching that. You might have a ton of space if you end up switching the tight end and the wing's route on the waggle. And then the last thing I like, counter crisscross, is another great way to attack over on this side. So we got our down blocks, our back block, guards pulling to kick. wing T teams, they'll pull either the tackle or the tight end. I myself, just because of where that down safety is, he's probably keying that tight end. If I felt like I have a tackle that can pull, that's a personnel type thing, I myself would rather run GT here. So tackle, pulling and wrapping, getting up in there. And we're going to be faking power sweep coming this way. Fullback's got the kick out. Quarterback open up. Boot away wide. Push crack still. His fake should hold that corner just a little bit, keep him from bending in. Hand the ball to the power. I don't know if you need a jab step to time things up. Again, I'm not a wing T coach, so some of these very intricate details, which is the key to making any offense run. Not completely familiar with them, but probably a quick little jab step to time things up. Come back, inside handoff. Give him ball. Get the shoulder square. That's one thing we do run counter, both in the flex bone offense that I've coached in recently, and then this past year in kind of a balanced single wing type attack. Getting our shoulder square anytime we're running counter, so that way we can hit this downhill. Maybe this 5 technique bends it really hard and things get spilled outside. The tackle's got to go wider and all that. If my shoulder's a square, I can do a quick little shuffle and then continue on my way. Ideally, I want to hit it up inside and we get everything sealed up, and hit it a little bit more downhill. Gives backside pursuit a much more challenging job of trying to get caught up and getting back to pursuit. Now for the tight end side, to keep the defense honest, so that way I can keep coming back and attacking that D gap, that alley on the split end side. Tackle trap. I'm running a bunch of belly and belly sweep. Tackle trap. Gonna fake the belly. So quarterback opens up, and then it's gonna be a handoff to that halfback there. So the blocking up front. Center's there. Everything's the same except the tackle is the trap guy. Fake the belly. And I think teams run this ultimately as a quick little inside handoff to that halfback. And he's going to get on the wall of friendly butts there and give the ball there. Do whatever you want with the wing and keep doing that push track, keep giving them the same look. But open up, reverse out, hand it off. I'm pretty sure most teams run that as an inside handoff. If that's wrong, again, leave a comment, correct me, teach me a little bit more, I guess, about the wing T. Down, if we can get our tight end inside that 6 technique, I think we could win C-gap offensively. So down, 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 quarterback open up, guard kick, and just with that, if that's the down safety that coach has drawn up, that's the other team's down safety from previous film. Maybe they're too high structure and they've rolled that kid down to end up being in position to play a little heavier box and play that tight end side. He's most likely D-gap responsible. So if we're able to get inside, that tight end takes a heck of a down step, gets clean up to that backer, he's probably D-gap responsible. We can hit this and be in really good shape over there on the play side. And then backside, everyone's scooping or fire zone or whatever T guys end up calling that stuff. And this guy can do whatever. Okay. But I really like the chances of down on the play side. Just it's a wing T thing, is to run some belly down to that tight end side. Something that I think would be solid. Obviously, trap off the Buck series. Just because if they're slanting to that tight end side, that linebacker's A-gap responsible. The 2 technique becomes B-gap responsible. If he's not getting hands on that guard, he's going to be really susceptible to getting trapped. Get up to the linebacker. Get up to the linebacker. Inside release by the tight end. scoop by that backside tackle. Pull and kick by the guard. Quarterback does his thing. Fullback up, bend appropriately off of the inside linebacker. Quarterback setting up waggle that we were running on the split end side, and then the back's running sweep pass there. So there's buck trap, and then obviously buck sweep. If you're running buck sweep, you probably have the adjustments in to run power sweep. Only difference from my experience, what the big difference between buck sweep and power sweep is. On buck sweep, both guards are pulling. On power sweep, if you're seeing a lot of blitzing, a lot of times the adjustment on buck sweep, well, if the linebacker that we're maybe going to meet when we're pulling as a wing T team, if that linebacker's showing up in the A gap early, that guard on the play side is just going to block down on power sweep. And then instead of the guard doing the kick out, the fullback takes the kick out if you're running power sweep. So I'm going to draw up buck sweep because that's kind of what makes the wing T the wing T. We got our down blocks. Guard pulls to kick. Second guard pulling, get some depth, get shoulder square, leading through. Fullback does his quick buck fake. Quarterback setting up waggle again to the split end side that we really like. Now the big thing here. Oh, I missed a three. The big thing here, the corner, he's not blocked. But anytime you're putting a ball carrier with lead blockers and a full head of steam on a corner, that's a good thing for the offense and a bad thing typically for the defense. If you get everything else blocked up with the down blocks, the kick out, the lead through, and the only guy left is that corner, offensively you're going to be in pretty good shape. So there's my thoughts on wing T versus a 4-3 that's rolled down the safety and cheating a little bit to the tight end side. Still got to have some tight end side plays in there to keep the defense honest, but ultimately the place where you're going to make your living is the fact they don't have an overhang on that split end side is something that we're running these tight end side plays to ultimately get back to running split end side plays and exploiting that area. And that's in my opinion, especially young coaches, that the more important part for helping out an offensive coordinator is where are the weaknesses, where can you attack the structure of the defense. And in my opinion, against this look, not having that overhang, that clearly defined force player on that side, that's something that you want to go attack and figure out how they're actually going to defend that weak side alley and get them to adjust.
If you think it would be fun to participate in a 1st and 10 Monday in some way, shape, or form, whether that is you presenting an offensive formation or two and how you would go about game planning against how I would try to defend that, and I'm going to exchange some ideas about how we're going to game plan to defend that offensive concept and those formations, or if you want to flip that script and you want to have me present an offensive formation or two and some offensive concepts and how we're going to game plan for how you would go about trying to defend us, and you're exchanging your ideas about how to put together a defensive game plan to stop that, that'd be great. There's my contact information. Hit me up on Twitter, leave a comment down below, or shoot me an email.